Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again for yet another weekly reading. So it is Easter Monday. I wish I had a lot of time to read today, but I finally have to do some chores around the house. I still hope that I get some reading done. So what's the plan for this week? So first off, I need to finish the last letters from Juliet. I originally was hoping to finish this on this weekend, but well, I'm on page 230. I'm enjoying this a lot. It is about this woman who is she's coming to this little village for some reasons. I mean, I don't know if these reasons actually become important later on. She's grieving over her lost husband, and I'm assuming that she might find some romance there. Mostly what she's finding is the memoirs of an old woman who I believe would be 100 years at this, it's the eve of the 100th birthday of this woman, and this woman was flying planes during World War II. Well, she's finding her memoirs, etc. I was hoping for this to be a little bit more history. It feels like this is mainly a historical romance, which I'm not excited about, but the whole history setting lately I find exciting. If you've watched my channel like 2 years ago, I would have told you over and over that I don't like historical fiction. What I found is that I'm actually quite excited about historical fiction if it's not taken over by romance and if it's not set in like the Renaissance kind of, Jane Austen. But this could be exciting, but could be a little bit too much romance for me. But the important thing is this is a Once Upon a Book Club book, and I still have 3 gifts to open. These 2 and the third one is nostalgic. If you don't know what the Once Upon a Book Club box is, it is a subscription box where you get a book and there are some post-its on some pages and you have correlating gifts with a page number on them, and they bring something from the book to life. These are the 2 gifts that we received already in this. We have this wonderful clutch and this frame. This is a card. They always have a card with a quote from the book in there, so I just put them 2 together. This is not how it came. If you want to see more about this, watch last week's vlog. I love the experience the Once Upon a Book Club box gives me, and if you want to try it out, I do have a link down below where I think you get $5 off your first purchase. If you purchase through that link, I get $5 off my next purchase, so please help me buy these boxes. Next, I need to finish Winter. I've been trying to finish that for a long time. This is where I'm at. I have roughly 250 pages to go. I'm enjoying this. I just needed a little break from fantasy, so I started this before finishing this. I have 3 more books on my schedule for this week, and those are Everything, Wondersmith, and Rage of Dragons. If you know me at all, I am the type of person, I don't necessarily know what a book is about when I'm picking it up. I might have read the description at one point when purchasing, when writing that I wanna read this, but I tend to forget and I don't refresh my memory before starting, so it feels new. Wondersmith is a sequel, so I can't tell you too much about it without spoilers, but what I can tell you is that Wondersmith is a traveling book. I'm the second person to read it, and pretty much what we do is put notes in the book and then we pass it on to the next person. So after 10 people, you have a book full of notes. I have a second book, traveling book, that I want to read this month. A bit more people already have put their notes in. Some pages are full like this and you have a lot of information, and then some pages are empty, but it's fun. It feels like a whole conversation is going on while reading the book. Honestly, the only downside is that usually the hardcovers aren't sent with a dust jacket, and those dust jackets are so important to me. Let's finish those first, get my chores done, and then let's see where my week is at. I am quite busy at work. I have such a full schedule this week. I don't even know where my head is at. So I'm lucky if I get a few hours of reading every day, and so I don't think I'm going to be able to read 200 to 300 pages a day, which I would love to do, but it's just unrealistic. So let's get some breakfast going. I think I'm gonna have to batch cook some breakfast for this week first, and then it's my dad's birthday, so later on we're going to have a video conference since we can't meet in person, and then some reading time. I hope it's gonna be quite nice still outside. It's been so warm and sunny the past couple of days. Today it's a little bit colder, but still sunny. I hope I get some outside time. All right, let's get to batch cooking. So we are on page 304. It is time for the next gift, and that is this little thing. When I saw this, I think about like half book, I started thinking that this is probably a little compass, because it's something that keeps coming up in the story, and I don't think that's actually a spoiler that this comes up. She's asking her friend, I need my compass, it's in the right pocket. And in the sentence before we have the post, it says, she reached through her parachute straps and delved into the pocket. Let's see how this has been translated to a gift that we might actually enjoy. There's a little dent in it. There's a poem engraved in the back. It's Remember by Christina Rossetti. I think we can open this up here, and it's a simple compass. I'm not have a use for this. It's a cute idea and it kind of fits the narrative of the book, but it's not really a product I feel like the readers can actually use or find useful. I think I would have preferred something like a scarf or a mug. I like the idea because this is an important item for the story. This is probably gonna land in the trash because even in my giveaways I don't see anybody actually wanting this. But I am definitely enjoying the story. Gotten a little bit less romance heavy. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star read for me simply because romance heavy still, but I think for somebody who enjoys romance and who enjoys a kind of a historic romance, this would be a wonderful book. I have another 90 pages to go until the next gift, and I'll just dive into it right away now that the sun is gone, but I'm almost done. It is a horrible place to stop reading. I think I haven't had such a good cry in a while. This book is tearing at my heartstrings. I'm loving it. We have the second last gift. The last one is just a few pages later, and it is a nostalgic gift, so I'm assuming it's just a printed letter or something. And we're saying her bright yellow scarf trailing behind her. So I'm assuming we have a bright yellow scarf. There you go. Tiger moth. Okay. Oh, this feels fantastic. This feels amazing. I did not expect a scarf to feel this good. It's really soft. I'm loving it. Clutch, this scarf and the frame. I'm loving it. Now let's read 4 more pages to get to the letter, and then we have another 5 pages altogether. So with only 10 pages left, I'm getting to my last gift. In the book we have a letter sent to our main character, and obviously this is going to be the letter just as if it came to life. I'm enjoying these nostalgic things as well. I think it is a fun extra thing. If the material gifts weren't in here, I wouldn't pay a lot of money just for this kind of stuff, but I think as an add-on, as a 4th or 3rd gift after the value is there, I'm absolutely fine with it. I think I'm giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. I know it still has 10 pages, but at this point you pretty much know what's happening on the last 10 pages. I enjoyed this a lot, and I enjoyed this more than I thought I would when I realized that this is mainly a romance. I'm very glad that Once Upon a Book Club kind of made me read this. I never would have picked this up on my own thinking that this is a romance book. The gifts, we have this wonderful scarf that I am just quickly falling in love with. Compass, the frame and the clutch, and honestly I'm happy with this. This is it. If I wanted to show you what's all in here, this could be my thumbnail, right? Ta-da! I'm looking forward to the next Once Upon a Book Club book. I need to get inside now. It is starting to get freezing. I do need to do a little bit of paperwork, chores, paying bills, that kind of stuff, and then as soon as the sun has gone down, I'll dive into winter, because I am reading winter for the magical readathon, for the prompt where you only read a book when it's dark outside. Good morning, it's Tuesday. I have roughly 100 pages left. I'm almost done. I'm actually looking forward to finishing this, but I'm a little bit sad as well because I really enjoyed this world, and then I want to start reading Wondersmith today. Let's see if I can actually do it. 100 pages in this book I can probably read in like a little over an hour. I have such a full schedule today. I have so much work to do. I have a lot of calls scheduled at work with barely any time to actually do work in between. It's like call after call after call until 7 p.m. And I do still have some paperwork to go through and work on, and still haven't eaten a thing suddenly. And this has, I feel like, never happened, but I'm not in the biggest fantasy mood. It's like, what's happening? Who am I? Maybe I've just been a little bit disappointed by a lot of fantasies lately.
A few moments later.
I finally finished Winter. To be completely honest, I think the last 2-3 chapters I kind of started skipping lines and stuff because it started to be a little bit boring. It was just like this end of this epic fairy tale, and I was ready to be done, kind of telling us how everybody who is still in play at the end is doing now, like what is their, like the onset for the future kind of thing. I just felt like I didn't need that, but it's fine. It's a wonderful way of wrapping it up. I'm only giving this a 3 out of 5 stars because I did end up having a few issues with it. I did enjoy the overall idea. I did enjoy the previous books a lot. I really would recommend this series to people. It's just particularly in this last book that it kind of became too much for me. And there's 2 things. One is the desperate need to couple people up. I feel like in the first books, it wasn't as apparent because we didn't have as many characters in play. I think it started annoying me, really annoyed me in the 3rd book, and here it was just getting too much. This need for everybody to be coupled up. I did love the character of Aiko. I just love her. I wish we would have seen more of this character. The other thing that really started bothering me is how beauty played a role in this. And obviously this leaning on Snow White. We have the evil queen. I think it's absolutely fine that a character is fixed on beauty. What I feel like is important for the author is how to bring that into a narrative that still transports other values, especially in a YA book. I don't want the author to get all preachy. All the characters played into the queen's mindset of beauty and nobody called her out for it being wrong. Next, I'm picking up Wondersmith. I'm gonna try getting in there without brushing up on what happened in Nevermore. My goal would be to finish the book Wondersmith by tomorrow, be like 100% on track. Good luck to me. Until then, let's open up some boxes. This is the Strand book hookup. In theory, I have 3 boxes. They sadly are always putting the labels on like the front. First of all, I am ordering the YA box for $37.50. I additionally have the fantasy sci-fi box for $50. Comes with a signed copy, and then they put in a second paperback, which in the YA book so far always has been an arc. And then just some items, and they're usually not items like you see in those fandom boxes where these are like branded in fandoms, but they're usually practical things, sometimes things that you would get in a bookshop, etc. I don't open these in an unboxing because I had some issues with my latest deliveries. The YA one came and it was just this, and I open it up and it is just the book. So the book is Anna K, which I love getting this. I don't know anything about this. In here it says March 2020 YA box Anna K, Strand Bookstore, $37.50, shipping fees $17.99. So I pay $55.49 just for this book. No, that's just not okay. I mean, where's my box? At least send me an email or give me a note on here telling me why I'm just receiving the book. Oh look, this is nice. I like this embossed kind of thing. Every happy teenage girl is the same, while every unhappy teenage girl is miserable in her own special way. At 17, she is at the top of Manhattan and Greenwich society, even if she prefers the company of her horses and dogs. She has the perfect, if perfectly boring, boyfriend, and she has always made her Korean American father proud, even if he can be a bit controlling. As her friends struggle with the pitfalls of teenage life, Anna always seems to sail gracefully above above it all. That is until the night she meets Alexia Count Vronsky. A notorious playboy, Alexia is everything Anna is not. But he has never been in love until he meets Anna, and maybe she hasn't either. As Alexia and Anna are pulled irresistibly together, she has to decide how much of her life she is willing to let go to be with him. And when a shocking revelation threatens to shatter their relationship, she is forced to ask if she has ever known herself at all. The first box that I'm opening, what I always love is that they're, instead of worms, are using this paper that looks like newspaper paper. This is the mystery box that I did not order. This is what she looks like. Second book, that is not the signed book. Last Rituals. At a university in Reykjavik, the body of a young German student is discovered, his eyes cut out and strange symbols carved into his chest. Police waste no time in making an arrest, but the victim's family isn't convinced that the right man is in custody. They ask Thora Gudmundsdottir, an attorney and single mother of 2, to investigate. It isn't long before Thora and her associate Matthew Reich uncover the deceased student's obsession with Iceland's grisly history of torture, execution, and witch hunts. But there are very contemporary horrors hidden in the long, cold shadow of dark traditions. And for the 2 suddenly endangered investigators, nothing is quite what it seems, and no one can be trusted. So the book of the month, and this was like December, this is a quarterly box, is The Sacrament, the haunting, vivid story of a nun whose past returns to her in unexpected ways while she investigates a mysterious death and a series of harrowing abuse claims. This is the signed copy. We have a postcard. They often put in a postcard. We have a brownie from a gluten-free, dairy-free. Then we have the werewolf. This looks like a little game. I think I've seen this before. Have mystery scene. This is your guide to the best in mystery, crime, and suspense. And then we have this tote bag for $50. It's a stretch. Last but not least, let's look in the YA box, the December YA box, and you can see what the customs department is doing. Getting the same tote bag, getting the same brownie. To be honest, in the past, I did not always get the same items. It's a little bit disappointing that now I'm getting the same items. And then we have a sealing wax stamp. I'm not excited by this, to be honest. We have as the book of the month, the Genevieve Deception, which I already own, but it is a signed copy. Look, that's a beautiful copy. The arc that is in here, and again in the YA box is an arc, which is awesome. Honestly, the YA box is only $37, so the difference would be in price. The YA box had this wax seal, mystery box had this. I don't know how much of a price difference there is in between those, but I think it's only a few bucks. I just feel like this is much more valuable. So when is the Nameless Queen coming out? January 7, 2020. So I got this sometime in December. What's the Nameless Queen about? When King Fallow passes away, everyone expects his daughter Esther will inherit the throne, but rules in Sheridan aren't picked by blood. Instead, a magical tattoo is gifted to the last name spoken on Sovereign's dying breath, which is why Coin can't believe she has the tattoo. After all, she's nameless, a class of citizens so low and disrespected that they are not even deemed worthy of a name. Suddenly, Coin is thrust into the palace and a world where the corridors are as dangerous as the streets and the rules are all the more unknowable. While getting the crown was easy, keeping it may be a fight to the death. Princess Genevieve has come to Camelot to wed a stranger, the charismatic King Arthur. With magic clawing at the kingdom's borders, the great wizard Merlin conjured a solution, sent in Genevieve to be Arthur's wife and his protector from those who want to see the young king's idyllic city fail. The catch, Genevieve's real name and a true identity, is a secret. She is a changeling, a girl who has given up everything to protect Camelot. Let's dive into the Wondersmith before I fall asleep, because I cannot keep my eyes open much longer and I'm gonna have to work so much tomorrow. Hello and good morning. It is Wednesday and I feel like I finally slept enough. I have 2 packages. Look at this beautiful like stuff down there. By the way, yesterday Wondersmith, I only got like 20 pages in. I was so tired, but I'm actually looking forward to diving into this today. So the first book I am getting here is History is All You Left Me. I'm quite excited for that. Oh, there's a nice poem written by the owner. That's cute. A little postcard. So the owner of the book wrote this postcard wishing us fun with the book, and this is by one of the readers putting it in there. That's so nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm number 7, which is cool. Oh, this is looking good. Look at this. We have some tea. It's an herbal tea that sounds actually really good. This is the 5th season. I have actually bought this. Would like to do this as a traveling book as well because I always enjoy these comments. There's 2 people who have read this before me. I have an hour of work now. It's quite unexpected, to be honest. I'll make sure that I'm gonna get some food in my belly, and then maybe I can read for half an hour before I go back to work. And it's quite sunny outside, so it would be nice to just sit outside for half an hour and read. It's just good morning. It's Thursday and we have another wonderful day, wonderful weather. Yesterday I got to page 246. I am totally enjoying this. I did not remember how much I enjoyed the first one. It just has the same feeling when I read Harry Potter, but I feel like in some ways it's a lot better. In some ways it's making fun of these traditional kind of fantasies and things like, oh, you shouldn't go into that forest. Why? Is it dangerous? No, it's just annoying. From my perspective, I feel like probably if you liked Harry Potter, you probably like the reading experience in here. I do need to finish this today. I'm reading quite quickly when I can concentrate on it. Let's finish work and hope that I can find some time, maybe at lunchtime, to sit outside and read a little bit. So it's almost 8 p.m. I completely look like crap and I'm so looking forward to a nice shower. Just getting ready to watch Survivor, have a nice cup of tea to wind down from work. But before we do that, we have the boutique box that just came. Comes out at around 30 euros including shipping. So this is quite good value. The boutique box is a Korean beauty box and this month's theme is sugar and sweets. I cannot wait to see what's in here. So they always have like one non-beauty item. Oh, look at this cute sticker. They have what I like more than like the ones that I know in Germany and in the US so far is that it's usually all full size. Oh, look at this. That's already looking good. First thing that I see is the non-beauty product. So it's always like an accessory or something. And this is a blending sponge in the form of a macaron. This is so fun. I'll have to check it out if it works like the beauty blender. And this is supposed to cost $6. I absolutely believe that, yeah. Then we have a Touch My Body wash. It's a refreshing body wash, supposed to cost $12. The next one is pomegranate and ruby hydrogel eye patch. I love eye patch. The pomegranate extract in these patches are rich nutrients which work to revitalize and clarify the delicate skin around your eyes. I never know how to really use this thing. They smell amazing as I thought they would. That's the shit. These are supposed to cost $20. So far, we are supposed to already have our money's worth. We have a mask. It's a peach oxygen bubble mask. Oh, I love bubble masks. Deep cleansing and brightening oxygen foam formula, peach and papaya extract. So it's a wash-off formula bubble mask, like 2 masks. Supposed to cost $4. And then we have the Silk Volume Honey Cream. It's whitening and anti-wrinkle. This is supposed to cost $18. Last but not least, we have the Dear Darling Tint. This is by Etude House. It costs $6, so this is more of a cheaper makeup product. Oh, it smells like bubblegum. I'm not sure how long it really stays on your face. So let's see how long this stays on. It is now 2 minutes to 8. Altogether, we're supposed to have $66 worth of product. I'm liking most products, so I am quite happy with this box. Good morning. It is Friday morning and the sun is already shining again. It's gonna be a wonderful day. I'm on my way to what is probably the equivalent to something like the DMV. So it's like this office where you register cars, because I have to get my car re-registered. Then I again have a full day of work ahead of me. I'm hoping, I think I have scheduled half an hour lunch, which I'm hoping to spend outside with a book. I have another 45 minutes probably reading time in Wondersmith. I'm enjoying it so much. Then I'm hoping to dive into everything later today. hopefully even finish it. Then I would be completely on schedule. But tonight at 6 p.m. I have my Korean class learning group. I just feel like if I continuously practice, I can do that. But with like schools not in session and stuff, it's not happening. And I don't want to be held back. So we're practicing. That's my plan for today. Just stopped by our local supermarket. It's kind of fun to see how everybody's arranging themselves right now. Grabbing some flowers. I am in desperate need for some nice flowers. They have this like wonderful little place in front of the supermarket with really fresh flowers, and it is tulip season. There's the tulips. Look at this.
Approximately 10 hours later.
I just finished Wondersmith and it was just as beautiful as I thought. I love the story. I love the twists and turns. It's just the right amount for me, the right amount of magical, and I'm definitely giving it 5 out of 5 stars. There's nothing I can say about this book that I would have liked any different. I'm gonna go inside now and continue working. I just finished everything. That was so fun. It was a really quick read. I think overall it was like between 3 and 4 hours something. It was just, the pacing was great, the flow was great. I'm just only giving it 4 out of 5 stars because I'm not sure if I like the ending or not. I think I haven't even said what it's about because I'm assuming that most people know what everything is about. And actually some of the things that I really enjoyed most is that it doesn't only have it has like text messages and stuff, but it also has just things scribbled from her mind, and she has lists in there. You can see like her shopping stuff, and I can absolutely recommend getting into it if you are the least bit interested in this type of book. Good morning on this wonderful Saturday. I am so looking forward to have some time to read. Yesterday evening and like in bed and this morning I got to page 153. I want to get to page 500 today. I am really getting back into it and it's getting so interesting and I am enjoying this so much. But yeah, made myself a cup of coffee and I'm gonna read and read. For the rest of the evening, I started reading Khaled und das wilde Sprachpferd, which is my January non-fiction book of the month. This is about refugees learning the German language and how the Arab language from like people in Syria, how they experience the German language and like the similarities and the many differences between those languages and cultures. I am up to page 31. It's quite interesting. And I will now put this to the side because this is not officially on my plan. I just wanted to read this whenever I am hitting my daily goal, which I finally did today for the first time. Also, instead of using a manga, I am going to read this for potions in the Magical Readathon, which is to read a book that is less than 150 pages, and this has 144. Next on my schedule, I officially wanted to start the Rage of Dragons, which I am super excited about. Please remind me if I forget to link the video that kind of brought me to wanting to read this. Please put it in the comments if I haven't done this. So instead I will continue, I believe, Heart of Flames. I don't know why I scheduled the Rage of Dragons before Heart of Flames. I'm gonna dive into this and then I'll finish this on Sunday. That would be awesome, and that would mean I would still be on schedule. After that, I want to start The Wicked King, which officially I still should be reading like 100 pages this weekend. Same goes for like Illuminae. I really need to read that next month because it hasn't made it onto my April TBR, which is kind of ridiculous since I already read like 60 pages in there. All right, let's dive in. Good morning. It is Sunday. I already read another 60 pages in Heart of Flame. Looking forward to finishing it today. And as you can see, I am outside. The weather is amazing and I have just bought... I am so excited because I finally am at a weight where I can safely use them. And yeah, this morning in the metrics system I hit 2 digits, which is for the first time in 6 years, and I am so pumped. And the weather is amazing, and I drove to a paved road that is a little bit like secluded because I am trying my very first steps on those skates. Just a few practice things like how to stand on them. So let's get those skates on. I made it to page 367. Oh my god, what happened to my book? I just took the dust cover off for the first time. Damn! I had a wonderful day. I was at my neighbors. They were doing a barbecue. Those neighbors I have been in contact with a lot. We live in like big houses next to each other. Without them, I think I would have such a more complicated life. They're helping me out a lot with stuff that I'm just not good at. And our doors face each other, so we meet a lot and we chat a lot, and it kind of feels like we are living in the same house. Germany has started to relax a little bit, although I still wouldn't meet with people that I wouldn't see in my everyday life anyways. I think you're allowed to meet with like one person, but I just feel like it's different with those neighbors. Today was pants and socks day. Anyways, I'm super tired. It's past midnight, and even though I am 130 pages roughly away from my goal, I will go to bed now, and let's see how far we get tomorrow. I'm definitely going to finish this tomorrow. It's so much fun. I really enjoy the story so much. I enjoy how these characters are in a way tropey special, but they're not tropey perfect. And they're not tropey, ooh, I'm the chosen one, and therefore I can just beat everything miraculously. So I just enjoy that a lot. I enjoy the relationships between the characters, and I don't know what it is about this book, but I love the reading experience. On my schedule for this weekend, officially, I would still have to read a bit of The Wicked King, which is a traveling book. I still have a couple of fantasy books on my TBR for this month. Starflight, so some sci-fi. I have a few others as well as in between. But then again, The Wicked King is a very different type of fantasy. After that, I have scheduled The Rage of Dragons, which I believe is probably a little bit closer to the Heart of Flames than The Wicked King. The Wicked King is like with fae and stuff, and I think The Rage of Dragons is more of like a sword and sorcery and one creature like a dragon, and in Heart of Flames it's like the phoenix. Oh, I am shook! I cannot believe it's over. I don't want it to be over, and I want the next book now. I don't need the next book because there's like some huge cliffhanger or something, just because I'm in this world so much. I'm enjoying it so much. The way it ended just works perfectly for me, and it just sets up everything for a wonderful third book, and I want to read it now. How big is it gonna be? I'm gonna have to check. I mean, if this is already this big, and this is bigger, quite a bit bigger than the first one, are we gonna have a third one that is like 1,000 pages? Oh, I love this book. This is definitely my favorite series. I don't know why I love this so much, but I don't understand why this is not hyped more. I love the characters. I love how these characters, they just seem real. They seem so much more real than in other fantasies. Yes, they are tropey in some areas, but the right kind of tropey and not too much. And they go against tropes as well sometimes. And like, for example, I feel like we have a heroine who is kind of, in a way, not the chosen one, but the trope kind of fits. And she discovers that she is the chosen one, but she's still flawed. She's not miraculously of a superpower and can with his superpower just do everything. She still has to work for it, and she's still being denied things, and she still has a battle to fight, and she's still struggling. Characters make wrong decisions, and they are torn between things, and that's what I love this book so much. All right, what's next? So it's already a little bit after 9 p.m. It's gotten quite late because I got distracted by doing books as outfit. I thought I wouldn't go for this hashtag and do anything around this because I felt like, oh, I don't have anything to wear and I don't have anything cool that I can make work with this. And then I remembered that, what am I doing all these like throughout the last days and stuff? I'm sorting through my wardrobe because some things don't fit anymore, so I throw them out, but mostly there's amazing things that are actually fitting right now. So I started doing a few and I couldn't stop. So I think that took me like 3 hours, but I enjoyed it so much, and I will go for Wicked King after all. It is a fantasy that is in a very different kind of world. This is more of a fantastical sword and sorcery with a creature with wonderful, beautiful phoenixes, animages, and everything. The Wicked King is more like fae politics, humans and fae, and this kind of like fairy tale-y, whimsical, but also very mean and dangerous and elitist kind of world. I have a friend who really loves the series, so I am quite excited. I'm gonna have to make this series a traveling book. I hope I can find a couple of people who want to read this with me. Because this is one of the first books that I actually want to read again, like the whole series, and I would love to read it together with some people. So just get some food in my belly. Do you know this thing where you absolutely are sure that you did something and then you can't find proof of it? I know I taped last night that I was going to bed and how I'm feeling about the Wicked King so far, but the clip cannot be found. Maybe I was so tired that I didn't put the camera on but talked into the camera. That's absolutely possible because I was getting so tired. So I read chapter 1 and I completely remembered why I really enjoyed the first book. Really enjoy the political tricksery, intrigue kind of part of it, and I enjoy that it just feels a little bit more real than all these like picture perfect romances, even though this is like a fairy tale kind of thing that is so far from reality. But in a way, it doesn't try to paint a perfectly happy picture and perfect characters. It has flaws, and we have people who are looking after themselves first, and that is a lot more real. As a question for the week, I would totally love for you to recommend me a book. It can be a book that is your favorite, but please tell me why you're recommending it to me. So it somehow needs to fit what you already know about me through my vlogs, or it can be a book that you didn't like but you think that I would like to enjoy, or it can be a book that you liked but you think would be right up my alley. All right, this is it. I'm quite happy with how much I read. I'm probably 200 pages shy of my initial goal, which is still good because my goal is always so hard to read. So let's dive into a new week. I hope to see you again real soon on my channel. Until then, bye.